I just received this 100 amp hour 12.8 volt LiFePO battery from GoKWh, which is like kilowatt hours, Go kilowatt hours. I think that's a pretty cool name. This is a very good looking battery. It's in an ABS plastic case. It has M8 connectors here, which have nice protectors on them. I'll go ahead and pull those off. And it does include some M8 bolts, so I'll just go ahead and install those. Okay, I just received this, so I'm sure that it's not fully charged. So I've got a slow LiFePO 4 battery charger here. It's only 4 amps, so it's not going to charge too fast, and it has it's a 4-stage charger as well, so I know it's not going to do any damage to my battery. So let me plug that in and get this charging, and we'll get it fully charged, and then we'll come back. We'll run a few tests. So let me just get this hooked up. And I can see that it's charging. So I'm just going to let that sit until it's fully charged, and then we'll bring you back. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this battery. First, I want to show you the case that it was shipped in. This thing was well protected. So right out of the box, literally right out of the box, you're impressed with how it was shipped. And it has color-coded terminals. So you've got your red and black. So just at a glance, you can tell which one's positive and which one's negative. You've got a couple of QR codes here, which you can use to download the app. This does have a JBD BMS, so this is the app for monitoring the BMS. And right here on the front of the battery, you've got another QR code, which will take you to the website. And here is the email address that you can use if you have any support issues. All right, if we take a look at the top of the battery, there were some plugs. There's 4 plugs in the front, 4 in the back, and I've removed the plugs, and then there were screws holding this on. So I wanted to take this apart, take a look on the inside, and I do want to mention that you don't want to do this yourself because it will void the warranty. But you open this up and you think, wow, look how clean and neat and organized and professional everything is. Let's take a look at some of these things. This is where the screws go in. So they're not just going into the ABS plastic. They've actually inset some nuts into the plastic so that you've got a metal receiver for the screws. Take a look at these terminal posts here. They've used some type of Loctite so that this doesn't get loose with use, and that's on both of the terminals. And then they've got this high density foam all the way around so that they're protecting the battery. I mean, this battery is in there tight. It doesn't move at all. And you've got your BMS on this side, and it is completely protected by this high density foam. Everything looks very well organized, and it's just a professional job. It's very impressive. All right, so put this back together, and then we can run a few tests. All right, first I want to just run a couple of things that I would be using this battery for. So I want to hook up, I've got an 800 watt inverter here, and I've got a 750 watt toaster. So I want to toast a couple slices of bread. Let's see how that does. Okay, we'll turn on the inverter. Get a couple slices of bread. And just to make it extra tough, I'm going to top the bread with some cheese. Because that's a better test. Better for me anyway. All right. See how we did. Nice and melted cheese, slightly toasted on the back. Here's the real test. I'm going to call that one a pass. All right, another thing that I might want to run is my portable refrigerator. So let's close that, plug her in, and we can see that it's running. Looks like it's 39 degrees. So yeah, I can run my toaster, I can run my refrigerator. All right, so before we run a capacity test, let's charge it back up. So we start with a charged battery. Plug my charger in. We'll let that charge up, and then once we're at full capacity, then I'll bring you back. All right, while we're waiting, let's open up the app, and we'll take a look at that. It says that it's charging. We're 96% charged. We're at 95.77 amp hours. So you've got quite a few things that you can do with this app. It's pretty nice. You can come over here to control. You can set it to auto balance the cells. You can toggle the charge switch on and off, the discharge switch on and off. You can clear any warnings that you might get, and you can reset your capacity. And RT, that's real time. That tells you the state of the battery, and you can see the different cells. And I'm sitting at 334, 3339, essentially 334. They're going through and they're balancing each of the cells. And here you can see what the voltage is on each of the cells. You can see the high, the low, and what the difference is. And the difference is 0.002. So those are essentially balanced. Okay, you can see how many watts are coming in, the current that's coming in, and the total voltage of the battery. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run until it's fully charged, and then we'll come back. All right, so if we take a look at our app, you'll see that the state of charge is 100% and remaining capacity is 100 amp hours. All right, the last thing I want to do is a capacity test, and I've got my stopwatch set. I've got my BMS app open. I'm sitting at 100 amp hours. So I can watch this countdown, and when this gets to 0, I'll know how long that took, and with a little bit of math, we can calculate the capacity. So let me get that hooked up, get it started, and I'll start my stopwatch. All right, I'm ready to go. I just need to turn on my inverter. I'll be running my 750 watt heater. Okay, we've got our stopwatch going. Okay, it looks like it's going to settle at we're going to say 62. Okay, so from that, I know my amps. I know what my nominal voltage is. I know I've got 1280 watt hours worth of capacity. So from all of that, I can figure out what the load is, and I can divide that load into the watt hours of the battery, and I can figure out how long this should run. So let me make a few calculations and we'll get back. All right, so we know we're drawing 62 amps. Multiply that times the nominal voltage of 12.8 volts. That gives us 793.6 watts. So we'll add that to memory and we'll clear that out. So we'll go 1280 watt hours divided by 793.6 equals 1.61. So that's how many hours that this should run. So if we take that and multiply it by 60, we'll know how many minutes. We should be running 96.77 minutes. Okay, according to the BMS, we should be running for another 133 minutes, or 1 hour and 33 minutes, roughly. Got our timer going, so we'll come back when we get a lot closer to the end. All right, I'm coming up on the 1 hour mark, and I'm still running slightly ahead of schedule. So I'll check in again and keep you posted. All right, I've gone 1 hour 30 minutes. The time to meet is 1 hour 36 minutes and 47 seconds. So looks like we're going to make it. It's going to be close. One more minute to go. Okay, we've met our time to meet. So we have already used up 1280 watt hours worth of power. So we are going beyond that. So this battery is over capacity, it's higher than its advertised capacity. Okay, my inverter is starting to complain. It's going to be shutting down any time now. Okay, according to the BMS app, I've already used up 100 amp hours and it's still running. Okay, finally stopped. So I made it up to 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 45 seconds, nearly 2 minutes over. So that's definitely a pass. Okay. Okay, none of the cells dropped below 2.5 volts, which is good. And the internal temperature looks like it didn't get up past 35 degrees Celsius. So that's also good. And the voltage difference was 0.2 volts by the end of the drawdown. So again, that's really good. Okay, so let's talk about this battery. It's made out of grade A LiFePO pouch cells, and what this does is it gives you 4,000 cycles at full discharge and up to 15,000 cycles at different depths of discharge, which provides up to 10 years of battery life, and that's at full capacity. And after the 10 years, it only drops down to 80%, so it's still a usable battery. The battery comes in at just a little over 24 pounds, and it is about 7.25 inches deep, just under 13.25 inches wide, and just under 8.5 inches tall. Okay, these batteries can be connected in up to 4 batteries in parallel, which gives you 400 amp hours at 5.12 kilowatt hours. It can also be connected up to 4 in series, which provides 51.2 volts at 100 amp hours or 5.12 kilowatt hours. There are 3 ways that you can charge this battery. So you can either use a DC to DC charger, which can come from a gas-powered generator or your automobile alternator. You can also use an AC to DC charger that plugs right into your wall outlet, or you can use a solar panel in combination with an MPPT charge controller. The GoKWh batteries have a smart GABD BMS, which are not only Bluetooth enabled, but they also provide high and low temperature cutoff. And because they're Bluetooth enabled, there is an app that will allow you to monitor all of the different settings of your battery, including voltage, amperage, amp hours, time remaining, power consumption. It's just a very nice app. If you're interested in getting one of these batteries for yourself, there will be a link in the description, and there's also a discount code, WoodHaven 12 volt. That will also be in the description, and that will get you right around 20% off, so that'll drop the price down to $259 US, and that's for a limited time. So you've got until February 17th. It's a 2-month long discount. So hurry up and take advantage of that and save $60. I highly recommend this battery. I think it's been great. And stay tuned, because I've got some other projects that I want to do with this battery, and I'm going to record those as well. So that's going to do it for this video. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, I'm ready to help you with your video.
Okay, what does DC stand for?
Direct connections.
Okay, what does AC stand for?
Amp conversion?
What does 100ah mean?
That the battery runs for 100 actual hours.
What does LiFePO 4 mean?
It means that your life was so po before you got this battery.
What do you think of this battery?
I think it gets a thumbs up because of all of the lightning bolts. You can see right here. Get it? Volts and bolts.